Good afternoon, students. Is my voice audible to you and the board? What about the board? Is it visible to you or not? Okay, is it clear? Say yes or no. Are you listening my voice or not? Karthik HP, mute your video. Karthik HP, mute your audio. Video also. Yes, Varsha, tell me whether my voice is audible to you or not. Say yes or no. Just a minute. Okay, now tell me.
Sir.
Okay, so now shall I begin the class?
Sir.
Okay, so in the last class we have studied about what is a polynomial, what is the general form of a polynomial, and also some examples of polynomial. Okay. And after that, I have defined one more term for you, that is coefficient. Okay, coefficient of x power n. N may be anything. Okay, coefficient of x, coefficient of x square, coefficient of x power 3, like that. And also I told you what actually constant term means. Okay, all of you mute your audio. It will disturb me and other also, that's why. All of you mute your audio. Prajwal JC, mute your audio. Prajwal JC. Okay. So now look at here. Now I will move on to the next one. This is the important term, very important term related to polynomial. The term is actually degree of a polynomial. Okay, all of you write on this one. All of you write on this one. Degree of a polynomial. Okay. So now look at the definition of degree of a polynomial. What it says and how to determine a degree of a polynomial. Now look at the statement. Okay, look at the definition. If p of x is a polynomial in variable x, p of x is a polynomial in variable x, then degree of p of x, then degree of p of x means polynomial is the highest exponent. Okay, so this is the very important word, highest exponent of variable x present in the polynomial. Okay, if you understand the last sentence, okay, last words, you can define what actually a degree of a polynomial. Okay, now look at here. So now in the previous class you have seen the examples of polynomials. In a polynomial, only one variable, means in the last class I have defined polynomials containing only one variable. Okay, it will be clarified later. One variable, that is x. Okay, and you can find out different exponents for x in different terms. So, but if you look at the highest power of x, which is a variable, okay, you have to consider the exponent of x only. This is because x is a variable. Okay, only you need to notice the power of variable. Okay, if you look at the highest power of the variable in a given polynomial, Definitely it should be a non-negative integer, because the possible powers of x are actually what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on, like this. So if you try to find out the highest exponent of x, definitely it should be a non-negative integer. So whatever the highest exponent of variable x is nothing but degree of the polynomial. Okay, I think you have clarified this definition. Okay, it is clear for you. So even though it is not clear, okay, even though if you don't understand what actually a degree of the polynomial, it will be understood for you when I give the examples. So now write on some examples, then you can understand what actually degree of a polynomial and how to find out degree of a polynomial. Okay, write on the first one. Okay, so this is the first example. I'm going to write on a polynomial like this. Whenever you write on a polynomial, you have to write on like this. You need to indicate that one, p of x. Okay, so I'm going to write on a polynomial like this: 3x power 4 plus 1 by 2 x square minus x plus 9. Okay, like this. Okay, now look at this one. It's a polynomial. Definitely powers of x are always a non-negative integer. Okay, now can anyone tell me what is the highest exponent of variable x in the given polynomial? 4 is the highest exponent. Okay, so here also variable is present, but its power is 0, x power 0. Here x power 1, here x power 2, here x power 4. Okay, so the greatest exponent or highest exponent is how much? 4. So that's why degree of this polynomial is how much? 4. Okay, in the next line you can write down degree of p of x is equal to how much? 4. Okay, degree of p of x is 4. In the same sense, I am going to write one more example for you. Okay, so now this is q of y, means variable is y. I am going to write down like this: y square minus 10 y power 6 minus 1 by 2 y power 5 plus square root of 2 into y. Okay, like this. Now can anyone tell me what is the degree of this polynomial?
6.
Okay, degree of q of y is equal to, okay, now look at the highest exponent of y. So now here y power 2, y power 6, y power 5, y power 1. Okay, among these 6 is the highest one. Okay, one thing you need to remember. Okay, there is no restriction like this. Okay, highest exponent should be present in the starting of the polynomial, or it should be the first term of the polynomial. There is no restriction like that. Okay, it may present anywhere in the polynomial. You need to identify. Okay, the highest exponent may be present at the last term. Okay, it may be present in the last term, or it may be in the middle, or it may be in the first term. You need to verify all the terms. Okay, you need to look at all the terms, and then you need to find out highest exponent. Now its degree is actually how much? 6. Okay, so now I am going to write down one more polynomial. Okay, so now try to find out the degree of this one. Okay, so I am going to write down r of x is equal to 2x plus 10. Okay, what is the degree of this one? Oh, okay, what is the degree? 1. Because here x power 0 is present, here x power 1 is present. Among these two, highest exponent is 1. So that's why degree of r of x is equal to 1. Okay, if the last line is not visible, okay, write down. I am going to dictate for you. Degree of r of x is equal to 1. Degree of r of x is equal to 1. Okay, here I am going to write down one more example for you. Okay, so this is the last example. Try to find out the degree of this one. Okay, now I am going to write down like this. P of T is equal to 10. Now tell me the degree of this one.
0, sir. 0. 0.
Yes, 0 is the right answer. So now this is because now if you look at the polynomial, it is actually a polynomial in the variable t. But t is actually not present. You can't find the t in the given polynomial. It is just a simple number. Okay, 10 is just a simple a number. Even though it is just a number, you can treat that number as a polynomial itself. This is because it is actually the last term, the constant term of the polynomial. If only the constant term is present, even though you have to consider that one as a polynomial, this is because it is actually like this. T 10 into t power 0 like that. Okay, so that's why degree of P of t is equal to how much? 0. Okay, so now look at the degree of all the polynomials what we have found out till now. Okay, so now degree is 0 here, degree is 1, degree is 6, degree is 4. So that's why degree of a polynomial is always what? It is a
Highest exponent of
okay. It is highest. What type of number degree? Is it possible? Can you tell me the example of a polynomial of degree 1.5?
whole numbers.
That is actually the answer what I want. Okay, degree of a polynomial is always what? Whole number or non-negative integer. Okay, so just remember this one. Degree of a polynomial is 1.5 means there is no meaning. It will not happen. Okay, there is no polynomial like that. Degree is equal to 1.5, 2.5, 1 by 2 like that. Okay, so that's why remember degree is always what? Non-negative integer, or someone told like whole number. It is also correct. Degree is always what? Whole number. Okay. So now I will move on to the, I think it is very clear for you the definition degree of a polynomial. So it will be helpful for you because we need to find out the degree of some polynomials in the next upcoming exercise. Is there any doubts in the degree of polynomial?
No, sir.
Okay. So now I will move on to the, so now just remember, okay, just remember one more thing actually I have not told for you. So this is actually what terms of a polynomial. So now look at here. I am going to clarify with this example. Now look at here. So 3x power 4. Okay, in this polynomial, it is considered as a term. Okay, it is a one term. And if you come to the next one, 1 by 2x square. This is actually the one more term for second term of the polynomial. And this one is the third term of the polynomial. And this one 9 is the last term of the polynomial. So terms means what? So the numbers or the something, okay, it is actually a combination of variable and coefficient, okay, which are separated by plus or minus. Okay, now look at here. These two terms are separated by plus. These two terms are separated by minus. These two terms are separated by plus. So the group of terms which are separated by plus or minus, either plus or minus, then we can say those are actually different terms. Okay, but here 3x power 4 is present, but we want to treat 3 as one term, x power 4 as another term. So this is because between 3 and x power 4 there is no addition or subtraction. Here it is actually what? Multiplication symbol is present. So that's why 3 into x power 4 is considered as a single term. Okay, so remember this one. So this is because depending on the number of terms, there is a classification for polynomials. I think you have studied this one in the 8th standard. Okay, so depending on the number of terms present in a polynomial, polynomials are classified. Okay, so this is the thing which is already learned. I think you have learned this one in the 8th standard. That's why I'm not going to discuss that one. I'm not going to give the definition for you also. So that's why I will move on to the classification of polynomials. Okay, so how the polynomials are classified? How the polynomials can be classified? Okay, so now when we come to the classification of polynomials, polynomials are actually classified based on three things. Okay, means there are three different types of classification. So I think you have studied one kind of classification in the 8th standard. Okay, so what are the types of polynomial according to the syllabus? What you have learned in the 8th standard?
Monomial, binomial, trinomial, and polynomial.
Monomial, binomial, trinomial, okay, and so on. Okay, if there are more than 3 terms, it is actually in general it is polynomial, but in particular we can classify that one as a monomial, binomial, trinomial, like that. Okay, so this is one kind of classification, and 2 more types of classifications are also present. Okay, so first I am going to write on the flow chart for you. Okay, how the polynomials are classified, and after that I am going to define the each type of classification. Okay, so I think the first one, which is monomial, binomial, trinomial, it is very familiar for you, and in this syllabus in the 9th standard we are not focusing more on that type of classification, which is monomial, binomial, trinomial, like that. Okay, in this syllabus you are going to study one more kind of classification. Okay, I am going to write on that. First write on it. Okay, so now write on the flow chart, then after that I am going to explain for you. Okay, polynomial. Okay, so now first I am going to write on based on which criteria. Okay, based on which property or based on which criteria it is we are going to classify. Okay, so first one is actually based on number of terms. Okay, so the first classification is actually based on what? Number of terms. Okay, so based on number of terms present in the polynomial, we can classify the polynomials as follows. Okay, now look at here. So the first one is actually what? Monomial, and the second one is binomial, and the third one is trinomial, and so on. Okay, so there are further classification, but I am going to write on only 3. Okay, so this is the first type of classification. Second type of classification is actually based on what? Okay, so this is the classification based on number of terms. Okay, so I am not going to give the definition for all these things. Okay, so this is because you have learned this one already in the 8th standard. That's why. Now tell me, what is meant by monomial? Okay, a polynomial containing only one term is called as monomial. Okay, containing only one term. Okay, I think you know the examples also. Let us take an example of p of x is equal to 2x. Okay, just p of x is equal to 2x. It is a polynomial. It contains only one term. It is a monomial. Okay, in the same sense, binomial means
Two terms.
okay, a polynomial containing two terms is called as binomial. In the same sense, trinomial means okay, a polynomial containing three terms is called as trinomial. Okay, so that's why by this you can understand classification is based on what? Number of terms. Okay, yes, it is based on what? Number of terms present in the polynomial. That's why I have written. And I am going to write on one more classification. It should be based on one of the criteria of the polynomial or one of the characteristic of the polynomial. Okay, so first let us see what is that characteristic. So before defining the different types of polynomial, we must know the characteristic. Okay, it is just explained. Now it is based on what? Degree of a polynomial. Okay, degree of a polynomial. Okay, so based on degree, polynomials can be classified like this. Okay, linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial. Okay, I am not going to write the polynomial. I think you can understand that one. Okay, linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial, cubic polynomial, and then biquadratic polynomial, and so on, or etc. Okay, so now this is the classification based on what? Degree. Okay, based on degree. So now let us try to understand how these polynomials are actually classified depending on the degree. Okay, so now look at here. So have you learned this one in the 8th standard or not?
No, sir.
Linear, quadratic. No. Okay. Okay. No problem. I am going to explain all these things. Okay. Now look at here. Linear polynomial. Okay. A polynomial of degree 1 is called as linear polynomial. Okay. So if you consider a polynomial, if it is having degree 1, then it is called as linear. Suppose its degree is 2, then it is a quadratic polynomial. Suppose the degree of the polynomial is 3, then it is called as cubic polynomial. Suppose its degree is 4, it is called as biquadratic polynomial. So actually we are not going to study about the biquadratic polynomial. Okay, even up to the 10th standard, you are going to study the polynomials of degree 1, 2 or 3. Okay, so this will not appear for you. Just remember the word biquadratic polynomial means it is of degree 4. Just remember, it will be helpful for you in higher studies. Okay, so now I will move on to the third type of classification. Okay, third type of classification. As what's your doubt?
Example.
I will give the example. So just I have given the flow chart for you. After this I have to give the definition, and after that I will give the examples for you. Okay, so wait for that. So after that, the third classification is actually based on number of variables. Okay, third one is actually based on what? Number of variables present in the polynomial. So till now you have seen a polynomial which contains only one variable, but there is no restriction like that. A polynomial can always contain only one variable. Okay, actually the standard for what I have written, contains only one variable. Okay, but sometimes there are some polynomials. They may contain more than one variable. There is a possibility. You are not going to study those kind of polynomial. It will come in a higher studies only, or just remember this one. Okay, so the first one is polynomial in one variable. Polynomial in one variable. Polynomial in one variable. Second one is polynomial in two variable. Polynomial in two variable. Third one is polynomial in three variable. And so on. Okay, and so on.
Sir, biquadratic means what, sir?
Biquadratic means degree 4. Polynomial of degree 4 is called as biquadratic or quartic. It is also called as quartic or biquadratic. Both are united the same. Okay. So now look at here. Polynomial in one variable means, okay. So till now, what the examples you have seen, they are all examples of polynomial in one variable. Means in a single polynomial, you can identify only one variable, but it may contain different exponent in different terms. So the second one is polynomial in two variables. Means in a single polynomial, you can identify two variables, two different variables. Then it is called as what? Polynomial in two variable. In the same sense, polynomial in three variables means a polynomial in which there appears three variables, three different variables. It is called as what? Polynomial in three variables. Okay. But in this chapter, you are going to study only this kind of polynomial, that is polynomial in one variable. You will not going to study polynomial in two variable and three variable. Okay, it will appear in higher studies only. Up to the 10th standard, you are going to study polynomial in one variable. Okay, so now I think it is very well known for you. Okay, definitions are not needed because all of you know the definition of monomial, binomial, trinomial. But I have to give the definition for linear, quadratic, cubic. I am not going to deal with biquadratic. Okay, and I want to give some information or some examples related to these things. Okay, so now I will move on to the classification based on degree. Okay, so now write down classification of polynomials. Classification of polynomials based on degree. Classification of polynomials based on degree. First one is classification of polynomials. Classification of polynomials. Classification of polynomials based on degree. Okay. So first write down linear polynomial. First one is actually what? Linear polynomial. Linear polynomial. So now look at here. It is already known for you. Okay. So just write down. Okay. The statement is very simple. Definition is very simple. A polynomial of degree 1. A polynomial of degree 1 is called is called linear polynomial. Linear polynomial. Okay, so definition is actually very well known for you. So one thing is you want examples actually. Okay, examples of a linear polynomial. Okay, so now look at here. I am going to write down the examples of linear polynomial. First one is p of x is equal to variable is x and the highest exponent of x should be equal to 1. Remember, okay? So otherwise it is not a linear polynomial. It should be exactly equal to 1, degree 1. Okay? So now I am going to write down like this: 2x plus 3. Okay? Now if you identify the degree of the polynomial, degree is equal to 1. That's why it is linear. Now I am going to consider one more example. Q of t is equal to. So now I am going to write down like this: square root of t. So now look at here. So it contains only one term. So now you need to identify the variable t is present and what is the exponent 1. So 1 itself is the degree of this polynomial. In this polynomial, which term is actually absent? When compared to the previous polynomial, which term is absent in the second polynomial?
X to the power of 0.
Not x to the power of 0. Here t power 0 is absent. T power 0 means what? The last term is actually called as what?
Constant.
Constant term. Okay, remember this one. Okay, the last term. Okay, the last term in which the exponent of the variable is 0, it is actually called as constant term. Remember this one. Okay, it will be helpful while solving the problem. That's why remember, last term of the polynomial in which exponent is 0, exponent of the variable is 0, it is called as constant term. Remember, there is no constant term. Okay, so but after that constant, okay, so this term is present here, the exponent is 1, that's why it is a linear polynomial. Okay, or else you can take one more example. So now I am going to consider like this: r of x is equal to r of x. You can write on your own example. R of x is equal to, just I am going to write on x. It is also a polynomial. If you write on just x, it is also a polynomial. So now the exponent is how much? 1. What is the coefficient? 1. 1 into x power 1, like that. Okay. R of x is equal to x. It is also a polynomial of degree 1. These are all polynomials of degree 1. So that's why they are linear. Is it clear? Okay, so now I will move on to the second one. Quadratic polynomial. Just I am going to change only one word. Okay, a polynomial of degree 2. Okay, I am going to change this word only. Okay. Replace 1 by 2. A polynomial of degree 2 is called as, okay, I need to change here also, quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. Okay. You can write down your own examples also. Okay. And I am going to write down just 2 examples, it will be enough for you. Okay. So first one is p of x is equal to, I am going to write down like this: x minus 10 plus x square. Okay, this is a quadratic polynomial because degree is 2. And in the second one, I am going to write down like this: t minus t square. T minus t square. So this is also a polynomial. Highest exponent is 2. That's why it is of degree 2 and hence it is a quadratic polynomial.
Sir, say again, sir.
What? polynomial of degree 2. Okay, a polynomial which is of degree 2. It is called as what? Quadratic polynomial. Okay, so now that's why you need to write down the polynomials which is of degree 2. So now look at your first one, p of x, a polynomial in variable x. X minus 10 plus x square is the polynomial what I have written. Now look at here, x power 1. Here x power 0 is present. Here x power 2 is present. Among these three, 2 is the highest exponent. That's why its degree is how much? 2. So its degree is 2 means it is what? Quadratic equation. So quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. So now look at the second one, q of t is equal to t minus t square. Here t power 1 is present, here t power 2 is present. So now highest exponent is how much? 2. So that's why it is of degree 2. It is of degree 2 means it is actually what? Quadratic polynomial. Okay, just remember degree 2 quadratic polynomial. Just you need to identify what is the degree. If degree is 2, it is a quadratic. If degree is 1, it is linear. Okay, now I will move on to the third one, cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial. Just I am going to change this word. A polynomial of degree 3 is called cubic polynomial. Is called cubic polynomial. Okay. So write down your own example. I want examples from you. Okay. Okay, have you written this one?
4x cube.
Okay, now tell me for example of a polynomial in variable x. Okay, tell me which is the example?
4x cube.
4x cube. It will be enough. Okay, even though it contains only one term, it is also a polynomial definitely. Okay, here only x power 3 is present means what? The coefficient of x power 2 is 0. Coefficient of x is 0. Constant term is also 0. That's why all the terms gets disappeared. Only this term is present. And one more example by another.
2x power 3 plus t cube.
Only one tell me. Yes.
2t plus x power t 1 by 2t cube.
2t plus
1 by 2t to the power of 3.
1 by 2 t to the power of 3. Okay, so this is also an example of cubic polynomial. Now look at here, t power 1, t power 3. Highest exponent is 3. So that's why degree 3. Degree 3 means cubic polynomial. Okay, in this way you can write down your own example. Okay, you can write down 2 more examples for you. Okay, if you want, write down, or it will be enough for you. Okay, if you understand how to identify the degree, it will be enough for you. Okay, this is based on what? Degree. Okay, so now I will move on to the classification based on what? Number of variables. Okay, classification of polynomials based on number of variables. Number of variables. Number of variables. At what time we have next class? 3:20, 3:10 or 3:20? 3:20. Okay, I have to take the attendance actually, so that's why I am going to stop now. Okay, it will be continued in the next class. Okay, now I have to take the attendance, so don't leave the meeting.